Hello guys, welcome to Online Web Tutor presented by PHP Frameworks team. I am Sanjay. We are learning nodejs with MySQL APIs. This is our part number 28. Inside this video session guys, we will discuss about template inclusions in EJS. In the last video guys, we had seen that how can we add a static file means style sheets file, JavaScript files as well as images to our EJS templates. So if I back to browser, now inside last video, this is the image. Also, this is some styling, and if I press Ctrl U to get the source code, so successfully we have linked about CSS as well as at the footer we have linked about the JavaScript file. Now inside this video we are going to make a single page template and we will see that how can we separate about header, body and the footer into different EJS templates. So let's download a bootstrap single page template. So inside this tab I have typed a keyword called bootstrap single page template, and if I click on the first link, click on the second link, that is rapid, and inside this we have two buttons called live preview and free download. Either any of the button we can click and download the source code for this template. So if I click on live preview and click on Ctrl U, and this is all about the code of that template. So I need to copy all the code and paste anywhere inside the EJS template. So first of all, back to editor. So if I make a new module, so let's say that inside this node application I'm going to create a file something called site.js. Now inside this we will use the same concept to use and start a server. So if I copy the code, pasting it here, back again, if I again copy and pasting it here, now this time we are going to use about the default directory, that is views folder of EJS. We are not going to store our templates into a custom folder like pages. These are the things guys actually we had discussed in our last videos. So I strongly suggest that if you are new to this channel or new to this video session, then please watch our previous videos to get the complete concept about nodejs playlist. Back to server.js, and I'm going to use the same line to include about the static files. So pasting it here, and finally if I scroll down, so copy these lines of code, pasting it here. Now let's say that this time for our home directory or for the home route we are going to use called, let's say, site, and I'm not going to pass any parameters. So this is only about we need to make a site.ejs file inside views folder. So go to views folder, and inside this folder right now we have three files. So inside this file we need to create a file called site.ejs, because this is EJS templating engines and we need to connect with the site.js, and this file will be called at this route. So if I save all these changes, and for now let's say that with an h3 tag, simply let's say welcome to site template. So if I back to terminal, close this, and let's run about nodemon and something we have called site.js. So pressing enter, and we have some error, something that is 5000 port is already in use. So why not actually we need to change about the port. So if I Ctrl C to cancel, back to our code editor, go to site.js, and let's say that this time we are going to use called the 4000 port. So back to terminal, again starting server, that is nodemon site.js, and server is successfully started at 4000 port. So we need to change about the message as well. So this time we are going to use called 4000, Ctrl C to cancel, and run about nodemon, back to our site and reload this page. This time we are going to use called 4000 port. So pressing enter, and this time we have a mistake. So this is 4000 and welcome to site template. Now go here, and if I copy all the codes of this template, that is rapid bootstrap template, copy all the code, back to editor and pasting all the codes inside this site.ejs. So get rid of this comment. Now for now, just save all these changes to check and go here, reload this page. Now as we can see that successfully we have made or integrated all the bootstrap codes inside our site.ejs file. So if we open console to see our errors, and inside this console, as we can see that we have some error about to getting font or some icons. So to fix these issues, actually we have multiple options in our Node application. Either we can use about codes npm package, or we can just download this file and locally store inside application or inside public folder and give path to our template. So let's see that how can we download and set locally to our application. So firstly, get rid of this last script tag, and inside this if we find about something font hello, so just find font hello, and this is the file actually blocked by codes. And again if I search for next, so copy the path of this css, back to browser, and if I open link to a new tab, and inside this I think that font or some file actually have been used, and right here as we can see that. Okay, so no issue at all. We are not going to actually fix right now these errors, we will fix later on. So let's see about how can we use the concept of template inclusions for this bootstrap template. So if I back to editor, so let's say that all about this body, and to cut this section from here, so copy that, back to views folder, and inside this views folder I'm to create called a folder called includes, and inside this includes folder, and I think that this is not a folder, and inside this views folder, and let's say includes, and inside this includes folder let's say that header or something, let's say top head dot EJS. Also inside this I'm to create one more file, something header dot EJS, let's say footer dot EJS. About template inclusions, we had discussed a little bit inside our previous video, where we had seen that how can we use about EJS templates in templating engine. So if I back to our site.ejs, get rid of this code, pasting inside this top head. Also, so let's include this file first inside this site.ejs. So we have a symbol, and we have symbol something like this, and inside this we need to use a include function. So let's say include, and inside this we need to pass about top hyphen head, and this is all about inside our includes folder. So something includes top hyphen head. So if we save these changes and back to browser, reload this page, now still we are getting about top head. So again back to our editor. Now if I make a single line comment, so let's say that this is all about using HTML comment, and this is include about top header as a partial template. Now in the next I am to separate this header section. So let's say header. If I get rid of this header, cut this, pasting inside this header.ejs, back to our site file, and let's say that this time we are going to include, so let's say single line comment, so including header file as partial template, and we will use the same syntax what we have done with the top head. So let's say that include, inside this we have called our includes folder, and inside this includes folder we have called header.ejs file. So right now all we have done about the top header as well as the header inside body, and I think that all the contents of this page is something loading from a third URL in the iframe, and this is the iframe, and this iframe actually loading all the contents from this URL. Again, now we have inside this footer, so if I get rid of these things and go inside footer.ejs, pasting here, back again to site.ejs, and let's say that include, let's say footer as a partial template. Now let's say that this is the symbol we are going to use called hyphen include, and inside this include we have a includes folder and footer.ejs file. Why actually we are not telling about the views folder right here? Because includes folder is inside views folder. So why we are not telling? It's because EJS by default looks for a views folder inside our node application. So it has been about the default settings about views folder inside EJS. So that's why we are writing only includes and the template name. So if we save all these changes, back to site, reload this page, now all we are getting about the same content what we have seen before modifications. So this is all about, guys, including any template parts inside our main page. Let's suppose that we have a website, and inside that website we have multiple parts. So let's say that some of the sections like header and the footer we will use, or we want to use inside many templates of EJS. So including the best way to write actually the code repeated time for header and the footer for every template. So prepare a template, separate header and footer inside a separate partials folder, and include to anywhere of the EJS template. This will give us the code reusability inside node application. So this is the thing, guys, actually we need to discuss, and we had discussed about includes function, as well as we had seen that how can we include partial templates inside EJS. So inside this video session, guys, if you went out, then please drop your comment. I will give my reply as soon as possible. So for this video session, guys, thank you for watching and have a great day.